Good morning. Greg Turner here, certified clinical hypnotherapist from northbayhypnotherapy.com, located just a few minutes north of San Francisco, California. I'd like to talk today a little bit more about how hypnosis works to change minds. Once upon a time, there was a guy named John who absolutely loved professional football. He went to every game that he could. He just loved the bone-crushing contact between the players, the noise, the cheering. He loved the halftime shows, the cheerleaders. He loved the food, the hot dogs and the beer. And he didn't even mind when someone behind him puked on the floor. He just loved the whole game. And one day, a friend named Dave came to visit him from out of the country who had never really experienced football. And he decided to take Dave to the game because he wanted to share his wonderful experiences with Dave. So they went to this game. They sat right next to each other, and they saw the same action on the field. They heard that bone-crushing contact between the players. They saw the same halftime show. They saw the same people in the stadiums behaving badly. They even smelled the same puke behind them. And John was so much loving the whole thing. And afterwards, when they were walking out of the stadium, John turned to Dave and he said, "Well, did you like that? Wasn't that fun?" And Dave said, "Are you kidding me? That was terrible. I had a terrible time. I did not like all the noise, and I didn't like smelling the puke behind us, and I didn't like all the people. It was a terrible experience." Now I ask you, what was the difference that made it different for each of those two men? John loved it and Dave hated it, and they both experienced the same thing. Now what could account for that difference? Well, I'll tell you. It did not depend upon what they saw or heard or felt outside of them. The difference was what was happening on the inside in their brains. John took in this whole experience and processed it and produced an experience that he really enjoyed. Whereas Dave took in the same experience, processed it with his brain, and he absolutely hated it. So the difference was what each person was doing with the experience in the brain. So you can extend this principle to what you're experiencing at work. If you have a coworker that really enjoys doing a presentation for fellow coworkers, but you yourself really dislike it, it's not what's happening on the outside. It's what's happening on the inside that's producing the experience. Or if you have one fellow co-worker that doesn't mind going in and seeing the boss and asking for a raise, but you feel like you just can't do it, the difference is what's happening inside. Now that should be wonderful news to you, because if it's happening on the inside, that means you can change it. You can change what's happening in your own brain that processes an external experience and produces something that you like or dislike. Now, how does hypnosis come into this? Well, hypnosis gives you the ability to put your hands on the controls, of what's happening inside your own brain, so that you control whether you're processing it in a way that you really like, or if you're processing it in a way that makes you dislike it. So that means, for instance, if you really dislike getting up and giving a talk before your fellow coworkers, with hypnosis, you can change that processing that's happening on the inside so you begin to enjoy the experience of giving a talk before your coworkers, and you can enjoy going to your boss and asking for a raise or a promotion. And hypnosis gives you those controls. So I will leave it there for now, and I'd like you just to ponder that, think about it, and ask yourself, what at work would I like to change? What experience would I like to change from negative to being more positive? All right, that's it for now. I will see you next time where we can talk about this idea a little bit more and get into it more fully. Until then, I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you next week. Bye.